Hello everyone, welcome back to my lessons. In today's lessons, we'll learn about the basics of what is DNA, what are genes, and what are chromosomes. So, first of all, let us understand what is a cell. Well, a cell is a basic structural and functional unit of life. Right? Like a building is made up of bricks, a body is made up of millions of cells. So, animal cells, in anthropology, we are mainly concerned with animal cells and particularly the human cells. So, animal cells have a cell membrane. Within the cell membrane are cytoplasm and nucleus. Cytoplasm has various cell organelles like mitochondria and many others. Now, nucleus is a circular structure in the center which is surrounded by a nuclear membrane. Now this is what an animal cell looks like. You can see that this is the nucleus. This is the center part of the nucleus is called the nucleolus, and there are thread-like structures known as chromatin. We'll learn about this later today. Now let us start with what is DNA. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, and it is a string of complex molecules called nucleotides. DNA contains genetic information of life, and it acts as a set of instructions for how to build and maintain our bodies. It is found in the nucleus, and DNA is unique for every person. It is same only for identical twins. Now, the DNA is organized into short sequences or sections which are called genes. Each gene carries a specific set of instructions for how to make a certain aspect of you, for how to code for a certain trait. Genes code for specific proteins. Now, proteins have a lot of different roles in our body. They help in expressing traits, they help in transportation of material inside the body, and many other functions. Okay, let us see an example. Genes can help us to determine traits like eye color, skin color, what kind of hair we have, whether it is straight, curly, the height of an individual. All of these are determined by our genes that we inherit from our parents. Okay, another example is that there are some genes, which tell cells how to make proteins involved in cell growth and cell division. Now, sometimes what happens that these genes go wrong. It may happen that there may be an error in coding. So what then happens that an abnormal growth of cells can occur. It can cause cells to grow out of control. Alright. Now comes chromosomes. Well, chromosomes are highly condensed thread-like structures in the nucleus of the cell. And I'll tell you an easy way to understand this. Now let us suppose that DNA is compared to words on a page. What are words? Words are a set of letters. Suppose there is a book. In that book, on a page, there are certain words. So that can be called as DNA. So what is gene then? The set of letters. What was set of letters? Set of letters was DNA. So the set of letters or DNA organized into little paragraphs of information. Now in a book what we see is there are words. Now when those words are arranged into paragraphs of information carrying a specific set of instructions of how to make a certain aspect of our bodies. So that little chunks or paragraphs can be called as gene. Okay, so gene was a paragraph consisting of an organized words on the page. Now, one chapter of this book can then be compared to a chromosome. Alright. Now cells can be in dividing phase, cells can be in non-dividing phase. Now in a regular non-dividing cell, what happens is that there are tangled threads called chromatins like this. These threads, the tangled threads, these are called chromatins. Now what happens when the cell needs to divide? It becomes very difficult to divide these tangled chromatins equally between the two cells, between two daughter cells. Suppose this has to divide into two daughter cells. Now if the structure is tangled, it would become very difficult to do that. So what the cell now does is that this is untangled or detangled into highly condensed threads like this. Highly condensed, these are highly condensed, contain lots of DNA on them. The DNA is tightly coiled to form such kind of structure. Here the DNA was loosely combined. It is then combined tightly to form such kind of structure. Now you can ask one question, that are chromatins and chromosomes same things? Well, yes, chromatins and chromosomes are the same. They only differ. The only difference in naming them is because of difference in structure. What is the difference in structure? Chromatins are loosely bound and they are tangled thread-like structures, whereas chromosomes are tightly bound. The DNA in chromosomes is coiled tightly to form chromosomes. Chromatins occur in a regular non-dividing cell, whereas chromosomes will occur in cells which have to divide. Now let us see what is genome. We often hear of the Human Genome Project. Alright, so genome is an organism's complete set of DNA. The complete set of DNA inside our body. All the genes in our body comprise our genome. So we can say that if DNA code is a set of instructions that is carefully organized into paragraphs. What was the paragraphs? Genes. And chapters. The chapters were chromosomes. Then the entire manual from start to finish would be the genome. Alright. Almost every human's genome, chromosomes and genes are organized in the same way, not similar, the same way. So what is different then? How are we all different? If our genome, chromosomes and genes are organized in the same way, how are we different? So we are different because the DNA code are slightly different for each one of us, and that is what makes us unique individuals. Now let us move on to the structure of a DNA. So DNA is made up of molecules called nucleotides. Nucleotides are a type of biomolecules, and each nucleotide contains three things: a phosphate group, a sugar group and a nitrogenous base. We will see this in a diagram as well. Now the nitrogenous base is of four types: adenine, thymine, guanine and cytosine. A, T, G, C. Now the order of the bases. Order of the bases means A, T, G, C, T, A, C, C, G. Order of these bases is what determines the genetic code. Order of nitrogenous bases in a DNA sequence forms genes, tells cells how to make proteins. For example, in the English alphabet from A to Z, the letters in the alphabet are used to form a word, right? So similarly, order of nitrogenous bases in a DNA sequence forms genes. Okay. Now this is one nucleotide, contains a phosphate group, a sugar and a nitrogenous base. This is one nucleotide molecule. Now nucleotides are attached together to form two long strands that spiral to create a double helix. This is what we can call a double helix. We'll see this later in a proper diagram. There are two strands, bases on one strand pair with bases on other strand using hydrogen bonds. So adenine always pairs with thymine, guanine always pairs with cytosine, like this. So this was one nucleotide. This is one sequence of nucleotides forming one strand of. This is another sequence of nucleotides forming another strand. Now here you can see that T is pairing with A, C is pairing with G. How do they pair with each other? Using H bonds, hydrogen bonds. Alright. Here is the structure of a DNA. It occurs as a double helix, double helical structure. This is what is called a double helical structure. Now if we consider this structure as a ladder, suppose this, let us see this as a ladder. So what we see that the sides, how is the ladder? Like this, right? So the sides of the ladder are comprised of phosphate and sugar molecules called as sugar phosphate backbone. Now the rungs of this ladder are comprised of nitrogenous bases held together by hydrogen bonds. This is a double helical structure, and this is, if we see that in a straightened fashion. Alright. Now how many chromosomes are present in human beings? Well, so human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Now what do we mean that human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes? 23 pairs of chromosomes in human beings means that nearly every cell in your body, not every cell, nearly every cell in your body has 23 pairs of chromosomes. How many is 23 pairs? 23 pairs is 46. Alright. Now what I said was nearly every cell has 23 pairs chromosomes, but human sperm cells and egg cells have 23 chromosomes each. Not 23 pairs of chromosomes, but 23 each. What happens then? From a sperm cell, we have 23 chromosomes. From an egg cell, we have another 23 chromosomes. When they combine, then the offspring receives 23 chromosomes from each parent, from 23 from father, 23 from mother, to have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Like this, 23 chromosomes from the egg, 23 chromosomes from the sperm combine to form 23 pairs of chromosomes in a baby's cell. You can call it 46, but usually it is referred to as 23 pairs because 23 is received twice. Okay. So human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Suppose this is the fashion in which they are arranged. From pair number 1, this is one pair of chromosome. This is another pair. Go on till 23rd pair. So the first 22 pairs are called autosomes. Alright. So there is one pair which is left, the 23rd pair. This is what differs in a male and a female. The first 22 pairs are autosomes. They do not determine the sex of an individual, but the 23rd pair determines whether the offspring is a female or a male. In females, the last pair of chromosomes contains 2 copies of X chromosome, and in a male it is XY. We'll see this in a detailed manner when we study human genetics as well. Okay, so now here's a quick recap for today's lesson. This is a chromosome. Chromosome contains of highly condensed threads. Okay, now let us take out one section of this chromosome. One section of this chromosome will be consisting of many genes. Suppose there are two genes. What are genes? Genes are segments of DNA. The second gene, suppose let us take out the second gene. Now this gene consists of such type of code. This code, the variation in this code provides for specific proteins by various combinations of bases like GTCA, GATC. There can be various combinations like that. Alright. So this was the lesson for today. In the next lesson we will move on to DNA replication and other topics. If you like my lessons and would like me to continue the physical anthropology, please like my video and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day. Keep studying well.